me now after a while.
I like the two kittens.
Say hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
We're gonna hello a meeting, Internet.
Dude,
Get better fucking timing.
Someone looks just like me.
Someone at work straight up mentioned, like, it's like, wow, you're like a feedback?
I don't know.
Lisa.
Amanda, say something.
Something.
I heard myself and it freaked me out.
No, I know. I was like, well, no, it's just a feedback. It's going to be loud. It's going to be angry.
No, it doesn't pop her up.
Sweet.
Oh, it does.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care. It's fine. Grandma Willow's gonna marry Coco, and we're gonna go ask our doctor about our psoriasis because Sharon
It's eczema.
made up.
Eczema.
Wait, what?
They're
It's
related.
just my eczema.
Commercial.
Oh.
Well, if you
You
watch
get triggered
Sharon's
with that
fucking
meme.
PowerPoint presentation she put on her iPad 6, then you know
I am
that
already triggered. You said Karen.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hear the rest of what you said.
You had both of us at Karen.
It wasn't even an iPad. It was like a random
it
Windows
was like that.
tablet.
It was like a yeah.
It was a random ass tablet.
It was like a
The Surface.
notepad, something. A composition machine.
Like an Acer tablet you got at Walmart.
Yeah.
Times 3.
All right.
Down.
All right. Cool. All right, y'all are
Yes,
Well-
you use your ride score to fly your broom.
floating down through the wind tunnel,
Another smoke.
and you smell the smoke in your nostrils. You see it rising from parapets of the castle,
It's more hot again.
and there's a couple like trees out in the field that have burnt from action, and there are corpses littering the ground.
Oh, no.
Guard as well as
One of these corpses better not be fucking Link. I got a goddamn thirst.
Pairing the bottle.
what appears.
Oh no.
Well, you can tell what the guards look like. The others don't seem nearly as well armored as the guards, but you haven't really gotten close enough to see. Those of you in the pipe are deposited unceremoniously in the little gully that you are accustomed to. Which is, where do you land?
Somewhere it's clear to land. That's not on fire.
I mean, you could land pretty much anywhere but like the few small fires that seem to smolder.
I figure we're gonna land where it's close to wherever they let out,
Okay,
like norms.
just making sure.
Yeah. Banditry.
Yes.
Okay.
I muted it to reduce feedback, so it takes me a second.
As you all land, you get a half a beat of mutual recognition before things seem to slow a bit, and from a shimmer in the field in front of you, gentleman steps out of the shimmer, and he says,
Who this bitch?
"Champions, I can't control the flow of time for very long.
Where what?
If you join me in the sacred realm, you'll have some time to prepare for the battle to come."
Oh.
And he motions towards the shimmer.
That sounds like an important thing that we should do, right? Right? I'm going with this person I don't know.
So like.
Yeah, it is.
I just go. I'm like,
entirely
yeah,
in character.
let's go.
Perception check. Actually, everyone, perception check. Or a wisdom check.
No. What?
Actually, it's wisdom
Nat
based, right?
20.
I feel like I ought to fail.
23.
He's the bird.
No!
He's Kitora Gabora.
Wait, what? But you don't look like it.
23? You're like,
22.
reminds me of that bird real hard.
Man, I got 22.
And he looks, and he seems real familiar. Like, you really trust this guy.
He really is
25.
pointing and being like,
You feel like you've looked him in the mirror several
Got it.
times.
12.
Even. It's really weird.
I don't think I care.
Like, he's a mystic. He's obviously someone of power and probably like a sage.
I truly trust this person. Let's
I got
go.
25.
Yeah.
Perception.
Like, that's Raru. He's the sage. He's the sage of the Temple of Time. You've met him once.
Well, this is important business. So the castle's on fire, and I don't like that.
He's like, I will return you to this point in time, but I cannot take you any farther back. Please step through while we still have some time.
I'm already there.
I step through.
Yeah, as you step through. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying something.
Okay.
Me
As you
too.
step through, there's a large. There seems to be no sky or ground beyond a large platform that seems to be eternally flowing with a small stream of water that just sort of empties off the sides. There is an array of raised platforms around this this island. There are 6 of them, several, and a small dais in the middle with the Triforce emblazoned on it. Raru steps across the water to a particular symbol that matches the one you've seen in the Temple of Time, and he steps onto it. And as he does, he puts out his hands. He says, "Sages, the champions are here." And on each platform, almost as if representing all the major races of Hyrule, you see a small Kokiri girl with green hair, a large Goron who looks eerily similar to Link the Goron. You see an older, deadly-looking Sheikah. You see a very smoky complexion, voluptuous Gerudo woman, as well as that's it.
We're definitely 4.
There's no highway in this.
Probably is one of them,
Yeah,
so that's fine.
yeah, it's 5. I didn't remember the exact number at the time, so I was like calling them out as I remember them. So yeah,
Rim will not know that. The 6th one is there.
and so they all stand there, and they nod in greeting, and he says, "We've worked together to stem the flow of time so that it would stop. We cannot hold it indefinitely, nor can we reverse it. But while you're here, we can offer you gifts and guidance should you need it before you venture back out into the field. From what we've seen, it was as feared, but we didn't expect it. Ganondorf, in concert with some allies that we hadn't anticipated, attacked from within.
Who are these allies?
Some weasel, Ingo from Lon Lon Ranch. Apparently he's been.
Some bitch you do.
Apparently he. Yeah, you're like, I'm motherfucker with the mustache, with that creepy ass mustache. You too, you.
That Luigi-looking motherfucker.
Yeah. And it's like, apparently he's been gaining quite a bit of magical prowess, under whose tutelage we don't know. His magics seem too different from Ganondorf's to have been a student of his, but obviously they formed an alliance.
Do we have any contact within the castle?
Yes, we are fairly confident, or yes, we know that the Hero of Time and the Sage Zelda are currently in combat with Ganondorf.
What about the king?
Unaccounted for. We hope that he's safe as the champion and Her Highness are there. But I would be. It may be uncaring to say it, but the king is not as high a priority.
Fair enough.
Princess is more of a priority.
Yes, and
Isn't
even then,
stabbing Ganondorf in the face the priority?
well, that's up to you.
Well, if
once
it was
we-
up to me, I'd definitely stab him in the face.
Once we send you back, there are a few different possibilities. You can assist in retaking the castle with Link and Zelda, freeing up their powers and yours to further push back. There's the protection of the Temple of Time to prevent Ganondorf from having access to the door, but without the stones, no one can open the door as far as we know. But again, it appears we are somewhat fallible. Apparently, there's been deployments in the field that could potentially wreak havoc on innocents in the town. So you may wish to deploy there and send them back and push things towards the castle where at least there are proper combatants. Not to say there aren't innocents in the castle.
Those are the things.
But beyond this intel, what we can offer you here is the opportunity to be granted items of power or exchange them, that sort of thing.
It gives us time to formulate a plan of action, also, I understand, since time is not going to be flowing on the other side while we're here.
Correct.
The only thing I really care about in terms of items is my trident. I mean, if you can make my trident more awesome, that would be great. Otherwise, yeah, I'm fine.
It may be possible if you offer, if you make an offering of worth, we can then imbue more power into your possessions.
Okay, let's see.
As you start rifling through your hammer space, you hear from off to the side, cock! It was,
No.
it's the Gerudo, and she's looking at her hand, and it's beginning to fade into nothingness. And Robert says, "That's our clock."
Where's my people?
She's the last on the line. Like, when I fade into nothingness in this realm, that means our energy has been expanded, keeping time solid, so that will let you know when time is up, we'll be returned.
Okay, well, I got this scale that lets me swim in Earth. Would that work? That's a magic thing, right?
Yes. What would you like in exchange for it?
But I don't know. I just wanted to hit harder, like hurt things more.
Durrani goes, "Come, brother." And he holds a huge mountainous hand out.
Okay.
Do you put the scale in his hand?
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to hit harder, right?
Yeah.
Was that what you said? He said, all right. So you put it in his big beefy paw,
He fucking punches you.
and he crunches it in his fist. That's all right. And then he punches you,
Cool. Do I take damage?
and it knocks you on your butt.
Okay.
You feel like it would, but it's sort of like getting punched in the arm really hard by
Right. Okay.
by someone messing with you. Like, you know, it's not gonna bruise or whatever. But like, dude, fuck you.
Okay.
What level is the trident currently, or what's
It's
it?
+2 when return and impact.
So it's +2 damage, +2 to hit, right?
Yes.
That will boost it to +3.
Neat.
You have a name for it?
It is called tricolor.
Well, Grim is pulling in his pack and pulls out like a piece of parchment and a quill. Y'all have a table in here, by any chance?
Raru motions, and a small stone pillar floats up out of the water, but it appears that to have never been wet, and it pops up at waist at like leaning height, so that you can standing desk status.
Perfect. Just lay down the parchment and start to draw fairly crudely castle, temple of time, the town, start to make diagrams. Thinking about the soldiers that we do have, but we don't have a lot of info on what our effectives are. All right. We need to decide how we're going to approach this. And so, well, yes, but I'm assuming the Desert King has planned this, so we need to figure out where we're heading with it so we don't get surprised multiple times.
Well, I think for now, this temple would probably be okay compared to other places. Like,
From that same corner of the platform, you hear, oops. Yo, sisters. Do you have any love for Ganon?
No.
Oh, good. Feel free to tell him.
To fuck himself?
Yeah, but
Certainly.
even better that Naburu told you that. Why do you twitch? My name is Naburu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Naburu told you he used to wet the bed.
Yeah.
She winks out of existence.
That's. I wish I heard that. Yeah. So temple.
You see the Sheikah next to her.
Well,
Sort
we
of
need to make
smirk
sure.
as she starts to get more ghostly.
Can't we just like
Here's a couple of things.
get
We
your
need
guards and whatever? People
we need to make sure Ganon doesn't get in there. So I think once we get into the castle, I can try to send a detachment to watch with a few runners to tell us if there is an attack on the temple, so we
Shouldn't you
can.
send those people to help the people in town? I mean,
There's,
You can always have the chickens guard the temple. You don't have to be there.
as long as he doesn't have the stone, there's no known entry, so that might work with a few soldiers.
Like, warn us?
Unfortunately, we're
You
gonna
can
have.
warn me.
Yeah, there you go.
That sounds like a plan. Maybe with a few soldiers just to slow them down.
I'm already
in case.
pacing. I'm like, it's so boring though.
We're gonna have to split those effectives, almost considering sending a couple runners past the town. If Ingo was one of his allies, there's no telling that troops are not on their way as we speak.
Apologies for interrupting. The stoic Sheikah
By all means.
chimes in. She goes, I'm sure you guys know Dak.
Yes.
If you see him, tell him not to do anything reckless.
I'll make sure he doesn't do anything like this.
Probably too late.
Make a bluff check. She goes, oh.
I feel like I know what that O is. You know, like I'm not usually good at picking up this stuff.
And then she blinks out of existence.
Grim actually looks at you like just like don't say anything.
I have to tie that boy and put it in my sack.
Okay, so
Meanwhile, on the surface,
In
Dak is
one-
fighting 5 dudes and stabbing a dude with another dude.
What was that?
One more
I
time.
said, but can he do any one reckless?
what does that mean?
Now.
She reckless.
She ain't got no rest.
No, where's she? Alright, well.
But yes,
Oh.
so I
Oh,
think
never mind.
I think we're
Glad it
taking
went
the
away.
castle
Typical.
takes
Oh,
priority.
I think it's probably, yeah, I agree.
As long as,
Oh, that's who I forgot.
So,
Relenta.
Yeah.
I've been standing here this whole time and you haven't said hi.
that's right.
Wait, can I touch you when you're sage-y and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, hugs!
Your arm goes a little farther in than you're used to.
Oh, wait, weird. What happened?
She's like, the energy's fading.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why the
Oh,
thing-
right. Okay, we gotta hurry. Bye.
Go.
I agree. Securing the castle is more. If Lincoln, Zelda, I forgot.
That's
That
awesome.
one bitch.
They could probably handle Ganon for a decent amount of time. We gotta make sure everyone's safe. Like,
Well, I can work on the fire.
Well, if
That's
we
easy for
manage
me.
if we manage to clear the castle, we can use the keep and then funnel the townsfolk in so we can weather an
Yeah, okay,
assault.
so we're going now, right? Right? Flipping out.
I suppose so.
I mean, we don't have a lot of time. Widow's like thin and stuff.
You
I
hear,
don't like
kick
it.
some ass.
No.
And she flips out of existence.
I don't know how to ask for an upgrade or what I have to trade.
Wait, we've got other magic items. There's this axe and this scimitar. Maybe you can use those. They're like from last time.
Well, once again, like, you know, I don't know how to. I don't know what.
You don't know what you would want?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Spells.
I don't know, if you just get a new one, I would
I
totally
mean, it would
get.
be really cool if my sister and I could, like, you know, use our magic together before one of us hit 50 below.
Why would you want that? And also, that's a property of the rooms. I mean, I don't know.
I would just get a coke.
What do you have to offer to get that property?
Problem, I don't have any. I don't think I have any offer.
Do you have any companions who might be willing to offer items?
Like I said, there's this scimitar and this great axe.
Yeah, you're the walking armory.
They're not mine. They just ended up with me somehow.
Picked it up at some
Rock on, brother! Durrania gives an Iron Guard salute and then also fades out.
Uh-oh.
You hear a tinkling of pebbles.
Alright.
I'm gonna put these away now right in the.
Did that?
I don't think the trade-in
I mean,
is the issue.
It's.
I
I mean,
think
if
she's not
you
sure
think
what to
that
ask
this
for.
axe could make us more powerful, then I would gladly trade it.
Magic great axe always gonna make you more powerful. Look at this thing.
Raru looks over at the little Kokiri girl, and the little Kokiri girl looks over and is like, and he's like, he says, which items of power?
Those axe and this scimitar? I don't know what they do, but
He goes, let me see the axe.
there.
Saria, and he motions to give the scimitar to the little girl.
Okay.
It's like bigger than she is, and she looks at it, and Raru looks at. They look at each other, and Raru goes, "And what is it that you wish to? What power do you wish to possess?"
We already possess a power. It's just very limited to us. So we'd like to be able to summon it before one of us was almost dead.
Is it linked to a particular item, or
Our brews.
okay? How does it manifest?
Well, when one of us is half dead, then we can join together as one entity.
You hear a clattering of metal as one of the hands that Saria is holding in dematerializes, and the blade hits the. And she goes.
Yes. Well, then we join together and use our magic, just as our teachers have taught us. But we can't command it at will.
Raru holds out the axe to you and says, "Hold this." Saria, and Saria sort of like motions the scimitar towards Iberia, and then Rara goes, hold the blades together and press the brooms to them as well.
Pressing.
And he pushes up his hands, and Saria sort of like holds her hands to her heart, and Saria blinks out of existence, and the weapons are gone. You now feel a thrum in the brooms that allows, that you can now form once per day.
At will.
Yes, but that then negates the usage later that day, even if you drop.
Yay!
Anything else?
All right, now how do you turn that?
All right,
One stage left.
let's hit the field.
Off we go.
We'll know better once we're out there, anyways.
Yes. Very good champions. And his eyes sort of linger on Basil. He goes, "Take care of yourselves." And then you reappear in the gully outside the castle, and it's as if no time has passed.
I don't know why you look at me.
That was a little creepy. Yeah. Oh, that. Do you feel tingly? Any tingles? Any?
Make a perception check. Yeah, make a perception check. Oh!
Yeah.
Related to you. That's why you have a thing with birds and a thing. Anybody?
Yeah.
You're sagey.
Hey guys, I think I'm a bird person.
What?
We only
I mean, we knew that already, right? Or do you mean literally? Because you don't have any feathers.
No, I know, but that explains.
Well, I know that the sage is the owl.
Yeah, you get that too. You're like, Bora,
But he didn't look like an owl.
and the thing, as his breath is yours. It's like
Well,
a relative.
my sister and I are able to change shape when we use our magic.
Might have even been the person
So maybe-
cursed you.
Why doesn't it just stay in that shape so you don't get all flippy?
But is it a curse then? Or a
That
Or
would be
everybody-
nice.
It is sweet.
Grim is looking at the plume of smoke and it's like, yeah, why don't we go in there and ask him?
You know what? Okay. Hey, I wanted to go first. Fine. I'd start walking towards fire.
All right,
the closest fire is a tree? It's a burnt out stump? Or do you mean towards the castle?
yeah.
Castle.
Let's go for the key.
After I see that stump and go, wait, what am I doing? There.
Alright, so you guys head up towards the keep. And yes, you actually see dead castle guards, as well as dead Gerudo warriors, and there seems to be these other mercenary types, just like Hyrulean, or rather Hylian corpses as well that seem to have like nondescript armor. They seem to have similar weaponry to some of the infantry of the Hyrule Guard, as well as some of the Gerudo weaponry. It seems sort of a hodgepodge. You guys also notice like pieces of machinery scattered about, almost as if there were siege weapons that made great furrows in the ground and that sort of thing. And there are bits and parts of them laying about, but no like actual full complete constructions anywhere nearby. You guys get to the gate, and it looks like the gate has been smashed, like something overhand collapsed the iron bars. Yeah. And you can see a bunch of streets from the gates into that central yard over the little drawbridge, almost as if something scratched its way. Like it looks like something started at the gate and then scratched out into the little courtyard. And you hear perception checks. You definitely hear the clatter of resistance.
That was my medal.
25.
I'm pretty sure that is a
22.
20 something. 24.
And thank you.
Under 20, yeah, there's fighting going on in this castle. Over 20, there are sounds of like explosions and shouting coming from the Great Hall to the left, and there's also the sound of combat coming from the courtyard, from the little like Zelda's contemplation court off to the right.
Let's go to Zelda's contemplation.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go and secure that area first.
As you guys scurry off to the right to lock that down, the smoke just makes everything dark. Like you can see one of the like service buildings is completely lit up, and the billowing blocks out the sun temporarily. As you guys make your way through that little archway hallway, perception checks.
Okay.
17.
13. 17.
I got a 26.
Hannah?
19.
Relenta.
Yes.
So the rest of you are sort of like gearing up, eyes peeled towards a thing that, but Relenta, you notice one of the corpses is going like this.
Yeah? What? What's going on?
It's Dak.
Jack!
He's like,
Turn!
he's like stuck in a shadow, like wedged up against a wall, and he's just covered in blood.
Wow.
Scorch marks.
You look kind of like ground beef.
He's like, now you're about to be sushi. What the fuck
Mm-hmm.
are you guys?
Huh?
We were finding Link's fairy like they told us to.
Here, have a potion. Maybe another one.
I was like, I was going to do that.
He looks like he needs more potions. You can totally pour it in his mouth.
Rolenta with the top block constantly.
Good.
I was just waiting. I'm just steaming.
Lenta, you know that Amelia wants to give him a potion.
You can have more than one potion.
And he's like,
He said it like a really loud, like,
17.
oh.
17 hit points healed.
He's like, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The most overdone wing. Like a full body wing.
He still looks like shit, but you can tell he's getting a little more bigger back. He's like, cool. Link's in the throne room. I'm not gonna go to the throne room. But and I think Ingo's in there. He's got some weird shadow shit. Watch out.
what would you do again regardless if there wasn't a weird shadow man and everything
Smash.
on fire?
That's right.
It's
What yourself is gonna start to teach butt stuff.
It threaded
No,
the ground into some of the knights. He's not fucking around. I don't.
Wow.
Ingo.
Wow.
I'll go check on the temple. Good luck. And he like,
You sure you don't need another
Really?
potion?
yes, I do. And he like reaches out for it.
No.
And he's like, yes, I do. And he like pulls his hand out.
I push his hand.
Yeah. Leans down.
Dice check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it really
23.
His hand was straight up gonna move you. But you're all like, oh, well, let me get the. And he's like,
I leaned down under his arm and propped him up
He's like,
and put the potion in his hand.
he's like, hey girl, maybe we should get something
If
to drink
you do
after
something
this. And
to
he's-
hurt yourself, you will wish you were dead now.
Other people did this.
Just letting you know.
I don't do this.
If you do something stupid,
This hurts.
yes, and it will hurt worse if you do
don't-
something stupid.
Don't want to do
Just
this.
shut your face,
Glad.
drink the
I gotta
potion,
figure this out.
Blood.
and feel better.
Why do they always think I do this? I'm not the one stabbing
You asked
repeatedly.
for this shit.
I'm gonna go check on the temple.
Please, take
And we can argue about how people get stabbed and why later. Okay,
That just come back alive.
that's the idea.
Yes.
I think I was thinking that- Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he just starts walking away.
So wait, so scary shadow
Did he
things
take
or
2
stone room?
swings?
Oh, he drank the whole thing.
Okay, so it's all known.
Perception
Yeah.
checks.
Bottoms up.
There's scary shadow. There's still things over
He took the bottle too.
Oh, the bastard! Oh my God.
19.
You better come back without talking about it.
25.
Why do I like that dick?
What was that? What was that, Rabbit?
5.
I got
19.
17.
What are we rolling? Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
29.
None of you see Dak anymore.
Alright. Well, now you have your perfect.
Or hear him.
You have your perfect Sundari moment.
Although
You're like,
his
I just want my bottle back.
Although his
Yeah,
Bring back my bottle.
although
It's
his
like a
scent
lake or
lingers.
anything.
Right. But bring back my bottle.
You do something foolish and reckless, I will kill you. Worse than you are dying right now. I'm bring my fucking bottle. Those are expensive.
Yeah,
They are. I remember how much I paid for that.
Keep
All
telling
the movies.
yourself that.
Okay, wait. Are we getting distracted? I feel like we're getting distracted.
To the throne room.
Perception
Well,
check.
no, we're gonna fight the shadow guy. aren't we?
Do I see any of the,
But we
the
didn't
guards
link the fairy
around?
first.
What's the fighting
A
looking
couple
like?
corpses.
Perception?
You hear
22.
noises.
22
All
as
right.
well.
A few corpses.
27.
Only a couple are.
Okay.
Anything above a 5 notices that you can't go back anymore. There is
What?
a wall of black blocking off the hallway from regaining access to the
Black
courtyard.
what? Like,
Just
It
black.
just seems a wall.
it's like just
Shadow.
a shadow
Getting
wall?
invisible.
Can I
Smoke, dark,
poke it?
night. Yeah,
Alright,
I
well.
poke it with my tray.
it's firm. It does not give.
I attack.
What is this stuff?
Tank.
So if I actually try to stab it, it doesn't go in?
No. Do you actually try to attack the darkness?
I do! I totally
She said it.
did.
Yeah,
Oh,
No,
oh,
I
with a magic missile? Never
Yeah.
mind.
come on.
Go
Magic
ahead.
missile that is.
Never mind.
Was that a yes, Manda?
I said no.
Okay.
Aw. I don't have magic missile.
Well, there's nowhere to go but forward.
I
Just
don't
keep
know
pressing
that
on.
exists.
I think we should take the ferry to Link first.
But we can't, right? We can't go back that way.
Perception checks.
Because we're already in the courtyard. We can't get
Oh,
back out.
another one.
16.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
5. Calm down.
23.
15.
Manda.
28.
Don't worry about it. While you stand and bicker and are confused by the wall of shadow, you do notice the man standing at the other end of this other end of this tunnel, and it is Ingo himself.
Well,
Although
damn
his
it.
eyes are black, no pupil, and seem to issue a black smoke.
He's
Room,
turning to a
please.
yokai.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh,
And he says,
get these two.
"Don't worry, I'll take the ferry to Link."
I don't think we want
you hurt my man!
I don't want it.
Was that a character?
Oh.
Okay.
She wants to know.
Don't make me take out my jewelry.
Don't make me take off these earrings, I swear to you.
Hold my baby.
She does have rather large earrings, I mean, yeah. She's got the big hoops that they wear. God, that kind of smells off.
Whatever. It smells glorious.
I don't smell anything. Oh, it's just like,
Glory awful. You're not using a perma, are you?
No.
Okay.
No, it's an expo.
It's just a really stinky.
yeah.
It kind of looks like a penis. Not quite, but you know.
It looks like a potion bottle.
That's true. I see it.
It's all a potion bottle. She does make me feel better when I feel ill.
My mom just makes me feel ill. That's not true.
When you feel better.
Only sometimes.
Ooh, looks like a weird dots in the middle.
Who let the
Flowers.
birds in the shit in the middle of the room?
Flowers. It's oatmeal.
Yay! We
Like a
can,
big pan of
I'm gonna
oatmeal.
interpret the weird squiggles.
Last night.
Go ahead and position yourselves no farther than 4 from the squiggles.
Or from the squiggles?
Yes.
That's the wall of
Be
shadow.
honest.
The
Oh,
squiggles
so I
are all-
totally over there.
Yeah. You were all up against this shit.
I was.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
See?
Now I can smell it.
Yep, me too.
Deal with it. All right. So as you all say that, he.
Oh, I feel.
You know what? Can we rest? Do I not have my spells back? Is that?
You would have rested on your. Oh no, you wouldn't have, because you guys ported right back out there
we.
and then jumped off the thing
Yes.
instead of
We went
stopping
to
to
the Red
rest.
Temple.
I don't remember how many spells I cast.
Well, because we teleported from the dungeon
Yeah.
to the Sky Temple, and then everything was on fucking fire. So
Yeah.
we.
Everyone roll a d20.
15?
7.
17.
Rabbit,
5.
good. You barely almost fucked it up for everyone. All right, you all had a full, complete rest while you were in the in the sacred realm. You
Yay.
get all your bullshit back and have worth the night's rest of healing
Yay.
if you weren't already topped off.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, make reflex saves.
1.
Oh, there it is. That's your best save, too, isn't it?
No, it actually isn't. I got a 10 total. Wait, yes, 10.
22!
Rabbit,
I updated 2 of them.
Wait, 23.
21.
all right, cool. None of you managed to dodge out of the way as black darts shoot from his fingers and slam you all in the chest. Roll initiative.
I don't like it.
Oh, nope.
I don't like it.
I got 8.
Why, guys? Why?
What you roll?
Not 1.
Oh, I rolled a 5, so.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah! Snow Squad!
I
As
got
the-
16.
As the bolts hit your chest, they seem outings rise
Oh, of course.
up, and they are all shadow mimicries of your
No!
own forms.
Oh, I knew we were gonna have this.
Ingo
Mhm.
lifts up, floating to the top of the rotunda, and seems encased in black, smoky glass.
I'm going to shave that horn.
Damn it, I
snap
never
right
got
off
the
my
hammer.
All right, Hyrule, what'd you get?
Oh, I'm sorry, natural 1.
Okay. Graham.
So 10?
5.
We finally gave myself improved initiative.
Iviria.
Not 1.
20.
I get a plus.
What was it?
Well, how much did it go?
What'd she say? 12?
Yes.
Go. You get a 1, you're in it as well.
Berlinta.
I got a 16.
You told me I can't have my
I got
10.
10.
Damn.
I forgot that I get a plus 2.
I'm still shaking because Dak took my bottle.
That's right. About 2.5.
Yeah, I know, right?
Balls. 12. Now there's 2 of me. Nobody wants
Now
this.
the shadow mimicry. The question is now, do we all fight our doppelgangers, or do we switch
Do
around?
the shadows combine?
Shadow mimicry is my
To form Captain Planet?
death ward band.
No, I mean to
That's
form
cool, man.
your big person.
I
Like
hope
a
not.
grindcore band.
That would suck.
It
We
would
should
suck.
Our
set them
seminal
away from
album
each
is
other.
like 5 minutes long and there's 20 songs.
Right.
Woo! All right.
So sad. Our shadows combined. Create Captain
I
Punchy.
hope these things are.
Sorry.
Right.
I hope these things don't need like incorporeal whatever. What do you call that?
But we have, it's water, wind, earth, heart, and
Fire.
fire.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm hard.
Yeah.
She's
He's water.
But I'm also water.
You're both water.
And
yeah.
she's wind.
you could be.
I'm pretty sure I'm earth.
All right.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be fire. But
So I'm
you're
guessing
not
this is
fire.
Grim?
Yeah.
I guess lightning is sort of
Are
you
fire.
Grim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shadow U is actually fairly imposing. That's Shadow Relenta.
Is that a fish?
Yep.
Yay.
There's a reef claw.
Oh, I thought it said claw.
Yeah, sweet claw.
Beef claw.
I'm okay with this.
I hope you're fine.
That's my death metal band.
I was gonna say that's true.
Beef claw.
Shadow Averia, Shadow Hyrule, and Shadow Basil.
Like a shark.
Is there a shadow neural?
Well, you're a
and
mimic.
shadow basil?
That makes sense.
I know about mimics.
Is there a shadow neural with a shadow battle?
Yes.
Because they have to combo to do the arrow thing, right?
So am I the wiggly snake? The gray ooze?
Uh,
Or the will-o-wisp.
yes.
Okay, Vanna's the will-o-wisp, and I'm the gray ooze.
Yes. All right.
It wasn't slime. It was ooze.
All right.
Are we flying?
So that's why they're up high.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So let's see here.
Let that combine.
You're idiots. So they can only do it once.
That's right.
Because one act, we can only do it once.
I'll prop a few in my shoulders. We'll take a Voltron form.
Yes.
Just rickety
We'll
Voltron.
need the legs.
All right. Shadow Relenta runs up to who's zombie? Is that Averia?
I don't know.
Averia is the Medusa and
Oh, sorry.
Aurelia is the mummy.
No, just kidding. All right.
I was listening.
Thank you. All right, so she waves her trident and slams her hand forward, and like lightning, black darts come shooting out of her hand, striking the Hyrule, which is the Medusa. Right.
Averia is the Medusa.
Very.
Averia is the Medusa,
All right.
because I'm the mummy.
All right, and she
Because I like
takes
the mummy thing.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 25 damage,
Jesus motherfucking Christ.
and then moves up to Averia. So take the reef claw, and then move it to, you. One square up,
I'm Aurelia.
right there. Cool. And then lances at you. I'm guessing a 26 hits.
Sorry, Maggie.
Yes.
Again,
All right.
you can spell in.
You take 12 damage. Ow. And a burst of shadow occurs as she strikes. Make a will save.
Oh no, I'm shit at this.
Well, it's a good thing I gave myself a piece against my will better.
Oh
Wait. It's a will save against what?
Against a shadow effect that is not mind affecting. Black shadows swirl over you, and you are blinded for 3 rounds.
Oh.
no! I like this guy.
She then clacks the shadow trident to her chest and blinks out of existence.
Okay, now you're just cheating.
They were always cheating.
Oh, you notice something interesting though. Shadow Iveria is a proper shadow. However, Shadow Hyrule is an almost blinding light, but sickly, like a smoke-hazed sun.
That's weird.
I can't.
So Iveria.
That was very sad. I can't look at anything.
You can almost see the light Iveria open her jaw too far.
I am a mummy.
All of the shadow creatures turn away.
Wait, like Iberia or like
The shadow.
Irulia?
Because I'm the one that's blinded.
Okay.
So Aurelia is blinded.
And everyone make a will save, DC 25.
Holy.
Oh,
Something
Christ.
to raise my
20.
people.
Aurelia.
Yes.
21.
28. Damn it.
Wait,
Good job.
You win.
I think
I got 20.
Amanda.
Oh, 24.
Shit.
Anyone who did not make the save is stunned for 3 rounds.
I'm blind and stunned. Whee!
What's done there? Is that no actions?
You drop everything you are holding and cannot move until 3. Or
This is it. This is Johnny. He's gonna TPPS. This is what he's doing.
Yeah, because I can't do anything
This is what
you
he's
can't
doing.
move or see.
for 3
You
rounds.
can't move.
Either, yeah, none of us can except for
Yeah, and Neural, I guess. I mean, Neural.
Shadow Basil pulls out a bow of pure shadow, and in every finger there are black shadowy arrows, and he shoots them up into the sky. They multiply by the hundreds and shoot down in a 50-foot radius.
Oh my goodness.
Dex save, DC 22. If you are stunned, you don't get to add your dex bonus.
We can't take actions. We're going to be skipping our turns.
Okay. Well, I only got 19 that time.
18.
Dex save. And that's 20.
Sick. What was yours?
18.
18. Okay, so you take full damage plus. Okay, so if you made the save, you only take half damage.
Alright.
If you, which is 6, 9, 10, 20. And if you fail the save, you take 2 points of Constitution damage. Actual Relenta.
Oh, hey, it's
Wait,
me.
so what's full damage then?
That was 20.
I take 20 and the con damage?
If you failed the save, yes.
I don't even know.
Were you stunned? Oh no, you made the
I
save
am
on
not.
stunned.
I'm the only
Yeah,
one.
it's just
not-
you.
the only one.
Cool. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Okay, everyone say goodnight, Amanda.
Good night, Amanda.
Night, Amanda.
Give me hell.
I really don't know which one of these is more important for me to pick. Well, alright, I just have to think about it. Deal with the internet. Okay, which one's which? Because I wasn't really seeing it very well from here. I know that's Grim.
Shadow Grim.
Shadow Grim.
And then that's Basil, and that's Aurelia. I'm sorry, Viria and Aurelia. And then this is,
It's Shadow you.
I have a weird theory, but I'm stunned. I don't think I can say anything.
Sure.
We can't take any action, so I assume.
I mean, there's
Speaking
things I
counts.
could do, but Good things to do. Where's real Julia?
Come on.
Okay.
Julia is Medusa.
That's that.
Mm-hmm. What's the path you take?
Goes here.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's
All right. Shadow Grim gets an attack of opportunity because he has reach with his very big shadow axe. I'm guessing a 40 hits.
holy shit, yes.
All right.
I don't know what the two.
I rolled really well, so don't feel too bad on that one. Excuse me. Wow, I'm rolling shit for damage. So that
Pops
is
on your dice.
that's 24 damage.
Next, I stab at Shadow Battle.
All right.
Um,
Roll the hit. Oh, Shadow Basil.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, I'll need Vital Strike for my one. Improved Vital Strike for my one. And I rolled a 1.
Well,
Yeah, no.
so as you strike out at him, a shadowy cuckoo pecks
Oh
at
my
you.
God.
Woo!
Pulls out one of your eyes.
That's right. Just walks it right out. Just
I
runs with
like
it.
my eyes. You're not.
You take 25 damage from the peck and make
What do you mean? For what?
a will save.
93.
All right, you are not shaken, but being near Shadow Basil gives you a great sense of unease.
Mm.
And you missed hard, right?
I did.
You nat one.
Yes.
Roll to make sure you don't do anything silly with your
Oh
sword.
God, I rolled 2.
Okay, well, you didn't roll another one, so we'll just say that you are ashamed and dishonored your family, dishonored your family.
Okay.
That's right.
That's pretty terrible.
So you had a move and an attack.
Yes.
Do you have any other cool things you want to or can this turn?
Oh. I mean, I can't now, I don't think, because if I were to use spell strike, would have to do it while I was hitting. So no.
Okay. Iviria is stunned.
And blind.
Okay.
Sorry, Viria is just stunned, and I am stunned.
I'm gonna pee, tell me if I
Okay, so
die.
Iviria is out for a turn.
Yes.
Basil, were you stunned?
Yes.
Okay, out for a turn. Shadow Irulia waves her hands and points at Grim. Grim, what's your touch?
13.
13. Okay, so that hits.
Have to trip on the nightgown. Miss that. Or build on the metal. And a pretty easy target if all you need to do is touch.
A ray of black energy lances into Grim's form, dealing 14, 17, 19, 23, 27. Ooh. 71 damage.
All right.
Jesus. Channel me is nuts. Oh, we're all dead this round, guys.
All right.
It's been a good
So it's 3 rounds, so we'll have 4 shots, right?
Shadow Grim sort of like looks back as Shadow Aurelia looks back. Waiting for you to make a move. You are stunned.
Yep.
Aurelia is stunned and blind. Cool. Shadow Galenta back up. Let's see here.
I've restricted any damage.
Yeah,
You were pretty bad.
like I said.
You know what though? Like, maybe let's just get Ego.
We're all, well, all of us are stunned. So,
Yeah, we literally can't do anything.
I'm not stunned, but I can fly.
for another 2 rounds.
Shadow Relenta
Jump really high.
motions at Shadow Basil or at regular Basil
Okay.
and deals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 25 damage. Shadow Averia, Light Averia. Light energies swirl around her hands as she focuses them at Grim.
Aurelia was the one that was
Yeah, you said
blinded.
Aurelia was a blinding light and Averia was a shadow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Aurelia.
You're Aurelia.
Yes.
Aurealia's Shadow, she's the Great Ooze.
Yes, correct.
Averia is Light, she's the Wisp.
Okay.
And she thumps
Our understanding of this scene shifted while we were stunned.
Shadows.
Oh.
Shadows blow over Grim for
Aurelia has an element.
14
And
damage.
Aurelia has a burn for rabbit. If that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Make a lot of light.
I'm sorry, who's got 14 damage?
Proper Grim.
Again.
I can take some more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Dex saves again. If you're stunned, you don't add your Dex mod.
Wait, is
You
this-
can add your Dex mod, but just not to your AC. So
Is
this,
this battle okay?
this is Shadow
Does
Basil.
that give me an attack of opportunity? Because I'm right in front
Yes, he is
Wait.
firing
So
So everyone rolls.
a dexterity saving.
Yeah, just reflex saving throw. Just straight.
well then what?
I got a 30.
Just
D20 plus
normal
reflex.
reflex save. Yes.
Save.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not a dex, it's a reflex?
It's reflex, yes.
Okay. Sorry. I think last time I got better than I said I did. Well, it's not one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
32 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Well, it's on 1 to 7, I'm dumb. No, 17 then, it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
18 damage.
Cool.
Here. Oh, right. I should do my save.
All right. All right.
Tired now.
Relenta, you're up.
Oh, okay. Okay, my save was 27. Now. Where's Ego right now?
He is encased in a black smoked glass gem at the top of the rotunda.
He's inside a gem?
Yes.
It's like a barrier?
He's encased in it.
I know.
Yes.
And you're Grim.
What?
Oh God. I feel like there needs to be like more to this than just getting beat down a whole bunch.
Well,
To figure out like if you're weak to.
Make a perception check, or yeah, make a knowledge arcana.
One time I really need this to work. Okay. I was a 19 space. 23.
Yes, you would imagine that creatures of pure evil are likely easily damaged by holy spells, and since they're creatures of shadow, light would probably injure them.
So,
Also, perception checks for whoever can make it. In the last
is that
round.
just me?
Well,
I got a
Mm-hmm.
25.
20.
Cool. You guys noticed that when Relenta connected with Shadow Basil, Ingo seemed to wince a little. Yeah.
Okay.
and if you're a one.
Okay.
I'm stunned. So.
If I cast a spell, it's gonna be attack opportunity for me, but that's not that strong, right? Maybe.
Sure.
I cast light on my trident.
You're gonna trident him?
I'm casting light on my trident.
Oh.
Oh wait, I can do that at the same time. Yes, I stab him with my trident and cast light on it
Awesome.
because
roll the
yeah, I
hit.
guess. I have 2 attacks. So I got a 26 and a 21.
All right. Those hit. Roll damage and add 2d10.
Whoa. Okay. Well then I am gonna. I'm gonna do perfect strike, which is max up with damage. So 20, 2, like this. X. So 50, 59 damage
Sick.
in 2 hits. That matters.
Yeah, that takes like a void opens where you stab. Shadow Basil and Shadow Neural like recoil, and you hear like the hissing of water on a flame as you strike into them.
Ha!
You were pretty sure Shadow Neural was going to retaliate, but for some reason it seemed cowed.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like 20-foot radius light on my weapon now, so deal with it.
Iberia, the stun is broken. Go.
Sometimes I'm smart. I mean,
Forget to
I
pick
just have
up
to
your
try
stuff
really
if
hard.
you were stunned because we just emptied our hands.
We don't carry things. Right. So, I mean, the broom's gonna fell, but
I imagine you sort of slumped on your broom.
yeah.
I wasn't currently holding it.
I dropped my hands.
All right.
So.
So. I don't know her spells. Spells I know more.
Just cast your spells off her.
No,
No?
our spells are very different.
Okay. Basil, you're on deck.
Where are all the elves? All right, Iberia is gonna cast lightning bolt. On Shadow Grin.
Yes.
Okay.
So first, to see whether or not it'll connect, please roll to hit spell resistance. That's a d20 plus your caster level, so d20 plus 13. It hits.
Yay!
Proceed with the spell.
Alright, so.
Shadow Grim is anything like Grim. It's not hard to hit with spells.
Exactly. You release a powerful stroke of electrical energy, deals 1d6 points of electricity damage per caster level. So that's a maximum of 10 to each creature within its area. The bolt begins at your fingertips. The lightning bolt sets fire to combustibles and damages objects in its path. It can melt metals with low melting points, such as lead, gold, copper, silver, or bronze. If the damage causing it shatters, the bolt may continue beyond the barrier if the spell's range limits. Otherwise, it stops the barrier. So 10d6 damage. 4,
Do it.
8, 9,
You
10.
can totally angle it to hit more than one, though.
Lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I angle it to hit more than one of them?
Straight line.
This spell.
You just gotta line them up.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Pretty
sure.
sure, yeah.
Just making sure.
Real Grim is informing on the two.
Yeah, but Shadow Grim is imposing and a little bigger.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I can aim up and hit 1, 2.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
so
third dimension.
from Mummy? Oh, from her? Cool. So show me the line. Straight across? Put a little French on it?
Yeah,
Cool. Just like right over Grim's head and
yeah.
sick. Cool. So they both make reflex saves versus your DC, or versus her DC. Huh. All right then.
Oh, good. It's a 17. So do a little stuff.
Okay. So go ahead and add 2d10 to that. Well then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead and re-roll the 1 and that 3 as d10s, not d6s.
Hey.
That's 20, 32, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. So arc.
Yep.
Zappity zap.
So Shadow Grim
Zap, zap.
leans into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Troy.
Like he's looking over at you like, and then like straight, like his head collapses
Yeah, I know
and
what
then
that's like.
reforms. Yeah, you're like, oh, I've been there, bro.
Yep. I understand that. It hurts.
Whereas-
It smells too.
Whereas light area
R for rabbit, L for Lisa.
seems to weave under the arc, but it still definitely crackles against her. What was our total? 57.
Yeah.
So
Because all mine are cold and dark, and all hers are bright.
so it seems the crackle of the lightning. Knowledge Arcana. The lightning itself seemed to have a diminished effect even on top of her dodging, but the light energy coming from it seemed to have full effect. Basil.
Does this mean I'm no longer blind and done?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So is it light in general that hurts them, or is
It
it
appears to be light of. So far it's all been magical light. You don't know if any proper light or like torchlight would have an effect. Knowledge,
I don't.
Arcana, knowledge, nature.
I have knowledge nature. But I don't have any. I don't have any magic that makes light because ranger magic is dumb.
If I use elemental body, I have to give my element, right?
I can have 31.
Um,
Or no, 30. Either way.
Still, you think that these are creatures of such dark aspect that even a natural light source will cause them pain.
Okay. Well. So this is the wall of shadow right here,
Yes.
and this is just regular wall.
Yeah, stone,
Right here.
mason, very good quality, very nice, very well done.
Are you doing your thing? Are you climbing?
Yes, there's very nice cracks where the yeah, you can. This is
Yeah, no, Battle goes up the wall.
Parkour time.
parkour.
Yeah, parkour.
Parkour!
Yeah.
That climb check. Was it a 1?
Oh no.
Wow. So Basil starts scrambling up the walls and keeps scrambling and then like stops.
He does the Scooby-Doo scrambling in
Yeah,
place.
and Nerl's just like.
Don't patronize me.
She was like. "Burr, burr." You get another action because that was like your first. You're like,
Okay.
I got to. Oh.
All right, well, get that is fucking grappling done. See if you can climb it better
Climb
that
check.
way. I mean, kinda. Got a 16.
All right, so you managed to find like one of the random gutters / outlets
Yeah.
that you hook that thing up into, and you're like, okay, and so you can move. Roll a d6.
6.
Sick. You actually get all the way to the roof on that one. You're like, not again. So go ahead and elevate yourself, so we know that you are no longer on. Slide in, so I've got. Thank you. Yeah. Neural sort of moves herself like against the wall to like she's trying to mimic Dak status. All right, so that was all of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Shadow Irulia, who's actually Shadow.
Yes.
Points down at actual Iviria.
So sister and sister.
Yeah. Will you please place? Why can't I just? Yeah. Will you please place that between the two you two sisters, and both of you make dexterity saves as a giant shadowy orb materializes on the ground between you two.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, what
That's
save?
all shadow versions of the spell.
That's a 20. Yes, reflex. Woo.
28 for Iberia. And 25 for Iberia.
All right, so you both make the save, so you only take half, so 15 damage to both of you.
62, 75.
So Shadow Grim sort of like shakes his head as it reforms and hefts the axe again and looks down at you, Grim, and sort of just gestures down at the axe.
I know.
And it's your turn.
All right. Well, I do pick up the axe.
He does not take the attack of opportunity.
Oh my god!
He's an honorable shadow man.
He also just got lightning from the
face.
Yeah.
You're like, A or B, whatever you like.
It's about to get real anticlimactic because this is a move action to do that, and I have to move up against them. So, what you moves? I picked up the axe and move up against.
You didn't get to do a fight with it. Sucks.
Well, I guess it is a 5 foot.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
totally it.
yeah. Go for it. Swing on him.
Man.
Oh yeah. No, it will not. Actually, drag the axe against the ground and lift it up.
As you start to swing, he unhefts the axe and is ready for the combat.
Right.
You found a shiny.
I found a way to make my plan easier.
Beautiful.
If that thing is really me and you have to fight it, aim low and to the left. Hold injury, don't ask.
Would never dreamed it.
That's sad. 25
What did this
to
say?
hit.
APG. You feel a unnerving, resounding thud as you contact. It sounds like your own armor ringing at the bottom of a well, and he sort of like thumps back and nods.
Do your worst.
Irulia.
Oh, I didn't find that one in time. So Irulia shouts
Shout is fun.
at
I like it.
Yeah.
Crystal Bastard.
You also know if you. Oh well, your turn is not over yet, so I'm sure you know that if you end your turn in the
No,
same
it's the
square.
spell is shout.
I know,
Okay.
but you also know that if you end your turn in the same square as the ball, you will take damage. So just something to keep in mind for your turn. You can still shout and then move. I'm just.
All right.
You can take a 5 foot.
I'm giving
That's
you that because.
All right. Thank
You
you.
want some, like,
So I shout at the
That would
bastard
help.
and the crystal because
can't spell
there's
strike
clean
it, but it
objects
can
take
spell combat
damage.
on
Sure.
it.
So yeah.
Or are you near to that?
Standard action.
Knowledge Arcana.
Or within a
Pretty
5 foot?
far. No, I'm not.
Or the damage
23.
instead.
4.
That it might actually be like crystals. So,
Like,
It might actually be like crystal.
no. His gem
Uh-huh.
might not actually be crystal. It just has that form. It seems to be made of the same shadow stuff as these
Well,
others.
now that my prepared action is.
Sorry.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Yeah, no,
But
you
now
know,
I want.
I gave you the Arcana check.
All right. Okay, we're gonna use my. No, we're not gonna use that. I'll say that. I don't want to use that because it's gonna hit everybody. I'll have a lot of. I'll use Geyser. There. That's a shot.
Oh, why are you pointing at me?
It's just dead ahead because from her angle,
You
it's
just
dead ahead.
collateral damage.
Everybody's done.
I'm on the wall.
if I had limit architecture, I could totally like.
Your
Basil's
Basil's
playing.
mark.
Basil's playing Spider-Man.
Wait.
There.
Spider-Basil.
No, I have
You can make yourself a costume.
All right.
Spider-Man.
nice.
That'd be terrifying. A chicken with spiders.
So-
Yes.
So I had a bunch of different options depending on where you went, and there was an option if you for some reason went back to the air temple. There was going to be a spider lady attacking the bird people up there, and she's pretty sick. I was like, oh, this is gross. This is
Okay,
great.
so I'm gonna cast Geyser under the Shadow Sisters because it comes up on a horizontal surface.
Sick.
And yes,
That's right. And spell resist doesn't apply for this one, does it?
saving throw, reflex, partial.
Okay.
Spell resistance, no.
Cool. Because it's an area, so they just gotta get stuff out of the way.
Yes.
Sick.
Any creature entering the blah blah blah. Damage. If the geyser is 50 feet tall, the creature takes 5d6 falling damage, landing prone in a random square adjacent to the geyser.
We're gonna knock him off the roof.
Yeah, what's the whole point?
That's awesome.
What's the spell save DC?
It says reflex partial.
Yes, so
Okay,
it's...
so, i.e., so, it's fine. A successful saving throw
I'll get it.
has the damage and negates falling damage.
Mhm.
So my DC for 5, 19.
Fucking twins. Oh wait, it's 19?
Yes.
Attacker wins. Alright. They both rolled 6s.
Oh,
And they both have 13 reflex.
oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
alright, so,
So,
full damage,
if
they
the
are knocked
creature-
from their...
if
from
the
their
creature
shadowy
fails its
rooms.
saving throw, it takes 3d6 points of fire damage from the boiling water, and also takes falling damage based on the height of the geyser. How do I tell the height of the
It's
geyser?
hot water.
I
think you
mean,
do
mine should be ice water.
You do a distance based on something. And so,
So it's ice damage instead of fire.
Yeah, mine's ice damage. You cause a column of water to spring forth from the horizontal surface, knocking over creatures directly over it, exposing creatures nearby. Okay, it's 400 feet or 40 feet plus 40 feet per level. There's a 5-foot square spraying upward to 10 feet for every 2 levels. So, 60 feet. So 3d6 ice damage, and then 5d6 falling damage.
all the people being damaged.
Oh, look at that roll. Again, 5s and 6s.
6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, 35. I can't shout at the double.
I'm gonna summon Motley Blue. I'm gonna summon Motley Blue.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what's gonna happen.
You summon
At this
something.
point, I'm pretty sure it's necromancy because these guys are just animated by dark magic.
I'm pretty sure McMars has been dead since like.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
1983.
Oh,
The theory is that
on
the
the
other three
brooms,
guys are just weekend
it's
at
when any
burning.
one of you
and,
drops
you know,
below
at this
X,
point,
Y,
that's
Z.
basically what it is.
yeah,
Cool, that's what I thought. Alright.
one
And
of us
it's not the
gets
good
50.
weekends at
half of
burning,
our
it's the
life.
second
Oh,
one
Well, we
where
know
he
that
has
Nikki
like
thinks
But we have to
touch
touch
her
each
because
other.
he died and came back.
That's right.
But now you can be like,
This is actually
yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
It's on the other side.
I don't know if I want to use it right now.
It's just like controlling McMars' corpse.
This might
Yep.
not be our biggest boss.
It's
but-
the, it's the bad weekend of
Shadow
burning, like the
Relent,
second one where he's like walking with voodoo magic. and
Shoots
hears
off.
music. It's hot fucking garbage.
Shoots off some shadowy magic missiles at Irulia. I touched that, so let's see here. 5, 9, 22 damage.
Almost there.
She then steps up next to Shadow Grim, and so if you could move her up 2 squares. Oh yeah, 3 squares. So she's within striking distance of Grim, actual Grim. Yeah. You threaten Grim?
Yeah. Even if it's reach.
Oh, the Trident isn't actually reach.
Yep.
So if you threaten, go ahead and swing at her, if you like. Woo!
That's a 40.
That hits, roll damage.
Yeah, kick my ass. I mean, not mine. You know.
Kick my shadow ass.
There's a 14.
14 damage?
Yeah. I
Uh,
forgot the power attack.
what of it is magic?
Well, the axe is magic, if that matters.
Oh, JK, 14?
Yep.
14 total? Okay. So you swing through and it just slides through. It seems to have no effect. But she manages to tag you for.
I can't do that. What the fuck is that?
Oh, because. Yeah, that hits. All right. You're not rocking a 34, are you? Okay. Joint. Let's see here.
Not too far, but not pretty.
19 damage.
Okay.
They're using me now.
She flashes her hand in front of her face. You can tell that it's a spell, so you can make another attack of opportunity if you want.
Alright. Will do.
Oh, can I roll just figure out what
Power
spell it is?
attacking this one.
Knowledge Arcana.
And that is a.
No,
Oh, it doesn't
I
even
was
matter.
like,
It's a 40. Yeah.
Hits, roll damage.
I think last time though.
What'd you roll?
I only rolled like 7.
7?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I know this one. I know this one. It's not actually that.
24.
24 damage. Cool.
I can forget. There's stuff forgetting to declare my power attacks.
That one seems to take a chunk out of her as she disappears and reappears behind the twins.
It's DR is what it is.
Which set of twins? Oh,
You.
Is it because you don't have light on you?
Or maybe. I have a magic weapon, but I don't let that matter.
should we write down where the spells came from?
That's 3.
All right. Light Iveria. Yes. Swings her broom to touch Shadow Irulia.
Shit, guys.
The two of them swirl,
Nope.
blending light and dark,
Why?
forming into a gross perversion and mixing of shadow and light, raising up from the ground,
Oh,
floating in air.
Express? Don't like it?
So let's see here.
not to be like fool myself, guys, but I really think we should take us down before any of you.
That's all you get, because I can't reach.
And Iveria had the better initiative order.
You guys
So
focus on
Irulia
that.
will
I'm
take
gonna
hers, and Shadow Twins.
keep this peanut gallery occupied. Y'all seem to like me very much.
Do you blind ever? Is that what happened?
A fair amount. A few more turns and I'll have to bend the knee.
Shadow Basil moves past you, Rolenta,
Yes. Oh,
so you can make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
I do, and that's a 34.
That hits. Roll damage. Do you still have light on your trident?
Yeah, it's pretty much gonna last the entire battle. 13 plus this thing. 11. Wait, 24.
What was the light damage?
It was 13. Wait, no, it was 11 out of the 24.
Alright.
It's 10 minutes level, so that's a couple hours.
The Shadow Cuckoo strikes back at you. I'm guessing a 42 hits,
Yes.
and
Shadow Zero.
you take
Real Merle is very
7 damage You made the save, so you're good. Okay. However, as Shadow Basil steps forward, does he threaten?
I'm up here on the
Could
wall.
be, yeah, if he's touching me, then.
Sorry, Shadow Basil.
Oh.
Could be.
Oh, you were pointing at me.
Yeah, if you want to take a swing at him, go for it.
Will do. Power attack, like usual.
Also, Iveria and Aurelia, you're within 30 feet. You sense the dread coming off of Basil. Make will saves.
32 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage. And will save.
22 for Aurelia. 26 for Iveria.
Damn, kids. Yeah, you're like, Shadow Basil is just as impressive as regular Basil. Because they've never actually seen you do.
Yeah, because I've never actually seen anything.
And I'm guessing Grim also made a VC will save.
23 damage first.
Cool.
And that is a 25 will save.
So yes, you also are unaffected by the dread that drips off of Shadow Basil.
Ooh. Anybody fail that?
No, you all made the save, so now you won't have to make a thing anymore. So you guys are annoying. However, he still manages to pull arrows and loose, and they rain down on all of you once more. Do you have multiple attacks of opportunity?
No, I do not.
Relinta?
We,
Thought I had combat reflexes, but I actually don't.
yeah, I do have combat reflex.
Everyone else reflex saves, or actually everyone reflex saves as the arrows come down once more.
26.
Yes, I get one more because of combat reflexes.
Sad, but
21
And
Iveria.
plus one.
Natural 1 Aurelia.
Ooh.
Yeah, not one Basil.
Okay.
And that is a 29 to hit. And my reflexes.
That misses.
Okay.
Because Shadow Basil is a pain, as is actual Basil.
That is a 22 reflex save.
You save, Grim.
Hey.
So you only take half damage. Let's see here. So full damage is 29.
Okay.
So if you made the save, you take half.
Half is.
And then if you fail the save, you also take 2 points of Constitution damage.
So 31.
It's 15 for that.
altogether.
Oh, jeez.
No, just or.
You actually lose Constitution instead of hit points. So
Oh,
the
okay.
damage, and then you take damage to your Constitution.
So this one's a little funkier. So
Have to map first.
no problem.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll break it down for you.
I forgot about this one.
What do we do? Is it 29? Yeah, 29.
So it's straight
Yes.
con damage, so it's not actually negative levels.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we're
still,
both
it's
that
still-
much
I went
lower
from
than
minus
half.
1. Wait, I went from +1 to 0.
At the end of your turn, you moved out of that.
I might be.
square, right?
Oh, wait.
Oh, we did.
Okay. So then combine the
Goes
two
minus
together
3.
now, that makes -4. One damage.
Oh, because you failed it twice?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and write your new con score in the temp. That says temp, right?
No.
No hit
Oh,
points.
I have a base, inherent, enhance, and miscellaneous.
Oh,
It's just to help calculate it. I just put them like on the left next to the
So-
black boxes.
Miscellaneous.
So I would actually put your new con and then modify it. So that would be like 14 and plus 2.
Okay,
And then that affects your total HP. So since you're
Not too
down
much time.
2 HP per level,
Didn't do
that's
myself motion.
additional damage. So that's like 16.
okay, so I have 16 less, even more.
Mhm.
Well,
Because-
it was nice to like everybody.
Because the shadow energy saps your life force.
Well, good luck killing me.
If your con reaches 0, you die.
Let's see here. Oh, hey, Grim does a. Oh, I think that hits 38.
Yeah.
All right. When you struck Shadow Basil. Oh no, you didn't hit Shadow Basil for the second one.
No.
Okay.
It would.
So you notice that the Shadow Cuckoo also threatens you if you strike.
Okay.
Actual Relenta.
We're thinking.
Actual me. I'm flanking. I'm so good. I don't want to do. Wait, what am I thinking?
Both.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
draw a
I'm
line
here.
through
Oh,
either
got it.
either creature.
Because that one is
A large.
Shadow Room is fat. In the corner is.
Oh, okay. I'm interested in the share puzzle. Oh crap! But if I cast a spell, oh, I don't like it. Oh wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna full attack on Shadow Battle.
You get your life worth of
Do it.
There's a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what's supposed to get hit by that. That is 25 and 21.
25 and 21 on Shadow Basil.
Yes.
That does not hit. Oh, he's -4 because flanked, right?
Yeah. And I've got light. I don't know if that helps.
That helps a little. What were the rolls again?
25 and 21.
The 25 will hit.
Works for me. I should use my efforts. Actually, no. I will quicker strike it. So that's 30 damage. 5 of it is the light. 10 is good. Of it is light.
Sick. And the other 20 is your perfect strike.
Jesus, mother.
It's a pretty perfect sound, right?
My bow makes all sorts of like old.
All right. Do you have any other? Oh no, those both your attacks.
Yes.
Cool. All right, Viviria.
Viria. Is I'm like life, and I'm like, shit, I only get to use it once. And the other half of me goes, use that lightning arc. So we're using lightning arc and hope that we get another round. So a lightning arc casts lightning between 2 points and fries anything that's in its path. So she's gonna cast a lightning arc from here to here, and anything in this line, it goes.
Actual Relenta might be. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
Head to head.
I try.
All right. And what's
Head to head. Just connect them by the
what
the
spells that
skulls.
is?
Ultimate magic.
All right. Spell resistance.
Lightning clothesline.
Hold on. I took a screenshot of it. Generate a arc of lightning between 2 targets. Lightning deals 1d6 points of electricity damage to casting level to both targets and any creatures in a line connecting them. The spell fails if there is no line of effect between the targets.
So if there's a wall.
Yes.
At the very top of the spell though.
It says saving throw, reflex half, spell resistance, yes, and text.
Okay.
And that's text. If there's a
So-
wall between it.
So roll roll to hit the spell resistance. D20 plus caster level.
5, 6, 7, 17.
Roll again. Because you're connecting 2 targets. Lower. You see the arcs fuse, spark out, but go ahead and roll 4d10 or 2d10 and 2d10 because there was still flashes of light.
Wow.
Oh,
All
wow.
tens.
Wow.
Are you shitting?
Yeah.
No.
No 10s.
Take a picture of that
Take a
shit.
picture of
What the fuck?
The night you're not playing White Wolf.
All ten.
Max damage.
All tens.
I made up for the lightning.
Yeah. We made up to the fizzle of lightning.
It's only made up for that orphanage that went down.
All the light.
All right. Actual cannibal Shy Basil.
So Basil rips off his
I'm sorry, she
Minor-
also makes a puzzle.
scroll of minor scroll of spell patch to cast Unseen Servant.
Uh-huh.
He then pulls off another patch,
Uh-huh.
which holds a bullseye lantern,
Uh-huh.
and hands it to the Unseen Servant.
Sick. The unseen servant.
And then he pulls off another patch with a mirror, and says, or wait, no, he hands the mirror to, no, yeah, he holds the mirror. And so he just holds, so he just takes the mirror in the path of the light from the lantern and aims it at the head of Shadow Grim
All right. Cool.
to see if that does anything.
So you're doing a called shot with the light.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll a hit.
What would that?
That's a range. That's a range attack. So similar. So it's as if you're shooting with your bow without using your bow.
Wouldn't that be a ranged touch though? Because like.
Yes, but I just need to. I just need to hear the. I just need to hear the.
So,
D20 plus your dex mod plus your base attack bonus.
thank you.
Plus, this is a ranged weapon, so I guess that would be like +1.
20, 33.
That hits Shadow Grim's touch heartily because he's a bard. So go ahead and roll
Broadside of the
2d10.
I'll just the whole body. Then just the broadside. The thin side, the roof.
7.
All right. So on a normal turn, you'd be able to go flicky, 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 flicky for your full round of attacks, but you need a lot of prep.
Yeah.
So as rude. That was 17, you said?
7.
Oh, 7. Thank you for being honest.
Well, not as person.
I'll round up. That's fine. All right, cool.
Can I nosebleed her 5 foot step?
What do you mean? To go over there?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
Shadow.
Well, no, she didn't. She's not threatened there. So, unless,
My problem is we're moving farther apart.
yeah. I think it's because of Dak, but like, you know, it might have been for years now.
Yeah.
Aww.
The die represents Dak.
Why did I step away from it?
Just sort of
It's been a really good session, guys.
popping from
We've been a
the
lot of
ground
progress.
in between you guys, like an
Oh,
80s music video.
All
Or
right.
an 80s music video.
So Shadow Grim
Mm-hmm. Two things. Two
shimmies almost as if he's screaming.
Shadow Grim.
Okay.
And okay, so I'm guessing a 36 hits.
Yeah.
That's me.
Sorry, regular Grim.
Oh. You keep pointing at me when you're talking to Grim.
20. Oh wait,
This is the night where everybody points at Megan.
I don't know why.
It's just so magnetic.
Yeah,
30?
I'll do the finger guns.
30
30? Yes.
and 27.
No.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. So his first swing, 9, 29 damage.
Okay.
Second swing, 27 damage.
Okay.
And the third also thumps against the armor.
That was 2 hits, right?
Yep. So yes, you can mitigate accordingly. And he seems to almost stop, waiting for you to return the favor.
Yes, that's how this will work. And one of us falls down. I'm getting close.
Hyrule is on deck. Yeah, Grim, you're up.
Oh, my turn? Okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead and return the favor now that right here, power attacking the whole stack. That is a 34.
Hit.
30.
Hit.
And 29.
Hit.
All right. Math.
Yeah.
Would you say that we are in a shadowy space?
Yes.
Thank you.
It is definitely dim light.
Okay. Just preparing my next spell. Now I need to figure out what that was.
No, I don't just have Harry Potter magic. Luminous Maxima.
Right?
It's
Right.
what Patron was.
Right.
That's 73 damage. 3 hits.
Over 3 attacks.
Yes.
Take him down. Finish him.
Yeah.
I
One of
watched,
us.
I watched Mortal Kombat, the movie,
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully terrible.
It's something else.
Still better than that stupid Street Fighter movie.
I love the Street Fighter movie.
Do you?
I
Why?
love.
So Shadow Grim is
Awful.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay, well
In
that's
towers.
that's
You can tell that there is much less than when you all started.
All right.
Really,
The second Mortal Kombat movie is amazing.
Mortal
if,
Kombat Annihilation.
if you watch them back to back, because there's the final scene that ends in a cliffhanger, and then there's the beginning of the other movie, and you're like, oh, you guys took a hit to budget. Like immediately they tried to like pick it up. Some of the actors are not the same. Somebody dies like within the first
Seconds.
minute. It's like, yeah, we can't afford you, so you're out.
He's fine.
Also,
That's very
stuff
sad.
and all that are just replaced by no name dude, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna cut my hair because I'm a different dude now.
So Irulia casts Shadow Walk
Mhm.
and takes herself from here to here and touches her sister.
Cool. How does Shadow Walk work?
So you poured from.
There's a
Let me see.
there's a fucking
Let me see real quick. Because
there's a novel.
it does
Yeah.
a thing. Okay.
I basically walk into the Shadow Realm, hop myself over. A small novel there.
Okay. Because there are.
I mean, I can take her with me, but I
No,
have to be
okay.
touching her to do
I
that.
was just making sure it didn't say works as per the spell Dimension Door because
No.
you can't do anything after
Yeah.
the Dimension Door.
So
So, all right, cool. So you.
I step out and touch her, and we become. Because we are really low. So now our HP combines.
Is it a manticore? What is that thing?
Yes, it's magical. So
And there is another cube over there if you are airborne.
yeah, we're. Now we're all up in the sky. Now we're all just a bunch of idiots in the sky. Sorry. So I have picked Freezing Sphere as my ice,
Uh-huh.
but I haven't yet figured out what that spell actually does. So I'll tell you what hers is in
Sure.
a minute.
Sure. All right. So in here.
Sirocco? Sirocco? Sirocco?
What?
What? Sirocco.
Yeah, what?
Sirocco. Sirocco?
Sure.
What is that?
It's the name of the spell.
See?
Or, I don't know.
I mean, the double C in Italian makes a ch sound, like fettuccine. So,
Maybe it's a
Sirocco.
it's like a hot wind.
Supposedly it's in the APG.
It is a hot wind.
You're a hot wind.
Oh, a hot wind. Sometimes.
Apparently.
I mean, I see what it does. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's weird. Sirocco?
Sirocco or something.
Probably the Italian word for hot wind. It's like Ghibli is the technically Ghibli
Yes.
is the Italian word for soft wind.
Okay, so
Cool.
she fixed that.
All right. Let's see. Shadow Relent.
General ones over here.
Shadow Relent is right there. Cool.
I wanted to avoid the attack of opportunity of touching my sister, so I wasted a level.
Whatever touching your sister attack evokes a lot of attacks of opportunity.
I wasted the level 6 spell to do it.
Let's see here. Yeah. She moves up. Or no. First. Actually, yeah. While she moves up to Grim, she flicks darts at
Us.
you, dealing
We are one. We are content.
Grim, do you threaten as Shadow Relenta moves up behind you to flank?
Yes.
Roll to hit if
Touches
you
my
want.
butt.
Yeah, she's gonna butt touch.
Ooh. She did learn from the Shadow Man.
That's right.
What are you gonna do? You don't have anything to combat against
20
shadow
damage.
butt damage.
Snaps.
That
into
is
your
a 32
form. That hits, roll
power
damage.
attack. Yes. That is a 23.
22 damage.
Yep. Well, and that's the blood work. They're all around me.
And then swings at you. Does a 30 hit?
Yep.
Alright. Uh, 17 damage.
Okay.
Will save. DC 20.
That kind of will save. Is it?
It is not fear.
Not 20.
Alright. You are not blinded by the shadow swirling over your face.
Blinded by the light.
She then takes a 5-foot step back
Like
to
a
disengage.
beast.
Will you move her back one, please? And then, aha. Oh, I mean, that was, I now realize you didn't intend to put her on top of the glowing shadow orb.
Oh, there she is with the glowing shadow orb.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Oops. She just walked right in it.
And then she blinks to the, actually, you know what? Forget that. No, just keep her where she was.
Not the shadow orb?
No, up against Graham.
Oh, okay.
She casts another spell on herself, attack of opportunity for Graham.
Yay. Attack. That is a 26.
That hits, full damage.
It is a 25.
How many next to each other yet?
No, you're on the other side.
We're separated by
By shadow.
shadow.
By
shadow.
two
After your hit, her form seems to flicker and distort as she stands there in front of you. All right. Move the black dot up next to you, please, and make a reflex save.
And 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. Well, we're one.
What did we say was the verdict on that? Or do we recall?
Large size stats, AC, reflex. Reflex has gone up since then, though, since we made these.
What was it?
It was a 7 at level 8.
And what are you guys now?
Well, 13.
And what's the other?
I have a 12 somewhere. Wait, reflex?
Yeah.
8. 5. Yeah. 17 plus 13.
All right. So you take half damage, which was. Uh, 34.
Half
That's
damage.
total, half of that. So
Half of 34.
So 16.
We're not doing well, guys.
No.
Even to combined as one, we are not doing well.
It's my turn now. It's going to use my item thingy that does mass heal.
We are now at 25. How do you know that?
Yeah.
Kill her.
Oh, she's dead. She's dead.
She's dead.
I didn't do anything. She's dead.
She just found out, guys.
Just like this when I came in.
She was already before.
So
You're not
her
serious.
right hand is pure light, and her left hand is pure darkness. She raises her left hand once.
Left is dark.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no. How long?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks,
I
John.
must
I
have
fucked
seen
with
it.
it.
Thanks, John.
I almost dove like on the fucking table.
Which she points out at.
Decisions.
I think Rowan's has taken the least amount of damage. Not to throw you under the bus.
It's also not
Sally.
true because I've only got 24 hit points.
Oh.
You have one less than me.
You have
Grand
more than I
reflex
do.
save.
Alright, it's me.
As a large
I can
bolt
take
of
some
shadow comes barreling towards you.
And when we split, we take half and half. Shadow ball.
Roll 3.
Oh, half
Three?
damage.
Oh, 23.
I would have celebrated that.
So, 10 damage. And then the right hand makes a spinning motion twice.
How come she hits one twice?
Because I rolled 1 plus from the thing.
We could all use one side at a time.
You're not a shadow. All right.
Relentless already cheating. I mean, Shadow Relentless. Like usually I can't.
We only use.
I can't cast that many spells at once. That's right. I'm a magus, but I can only do one spell.
She has quickened everything.
I know, it's ridiculous.
5, 10,
I'm
15,
offended.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so everyone's in the blast. As light bursts out, everyone make a fortitude save from the bright, blinding light.
Wouldn't the light harm the other shadows though?
Maybe.
30.
Not 20.
You're fine.
Yay! You got a nat 20?
32, yeah.
I got a 16, so
21.
see you on the other side.
All right. So those of you who failed take full damage. That's 28.
What?
Those of you who succeeded take half.
14.
14.
Did you take full Relento? Or?
Yes, I am at -3.
Me too.
We have the only.
The only reason.
So
No,
I'm at 7.
I thought that there were other
push
people
over
that had them.
real Relento, please.
I have a cure moderate, but
There's like a master mod around some of those items we got. I'm not the
Yes.
only one that
I
had it.
didn't
All
get
of
one
Mine,
of those.
mine doesn't.
All of
Mine
the
doesn't.
armbands.
Mine's a mass bless.
Oh, it's the two of them.
All of the
Whoops.
armbands had.
It's the one. We're all the ones that got knocked out, though. I waited one turn too long. Let's just go to bed. Okay.
Do you want to nosebleed something now that you remember?
Me?
I had restoration.
I did remember it.
Does that work on
Purposely
me or
didn't
does that
do
work on
it.
other people?
That works on whomever. And I
What does
believe
that
it recovers any ability damage or status effects that you may have taken. Like con damage.
We actually put them back up.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Well, how do we activate armbands?
Yeah.
You make a proclamation of love or dedication.
I think I made a proclamation of love or dedication by running to my sister and holding her.
Fine. Go ahead and roll a cure mod mass.
Wait. It doesn't take an action to use it?
I will say that she did that as she made her move to her sister.
To help
And
her.
I'll give you the same thing. If you want to cry out before being blinded, you can activate it as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and put yourselves back up.
How do I roll a mass mod?
So it's cure moderate wounds
2d8
max.
Thanks.
plus 10. It's maxed.
Yep.
So 2d8 plus 10.
1.
I guess I claim that I love winning fights.
And
So 16.
that actually applies to everyone in the area.
Oh, so everyone gets 16 from me. From us. Do I get twice?
Yeah.
Does your sister activate it as well? Okay.
Okay, well,
I don't
let me
see
do
how much
mine
we would've
then.
done it.
How much is it again?
2d8.
It's 2d8. Is
Plus
there
10.
plus things? Okay. You said that for Amazon. It's my bad. Okay. Okay, 19.
Another
So
19.
everyone else heals 19. And the wearers of these know that you have 3 of those per day.
Okay.
So the twin has 5 left instead of 6.
Yes.
Alright.
32.
Alright.
Feeling better.
Okay, guys, we know how our healing works.
Okay.
And so now for the second one, roll fort save DC 20 for the second blast of blinding light. Get a +5 because it's happening on the same turn.
Oh, we're doing it again?
Yes, because she
Really?
bursted twice.
19.
35.
I'm afraid to roll.
And plus what?
I'm scared.
5?
Was that after the +5?
Yeah.
17.
Because I got 25.
All right. So that is So the DC was 22. Failed save takes 30 damage.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
And is sickened for 1 round.
Lost. Oh, sickness -2 to everything.
Yep. And only 1 action, I think? Oh, no, it's just
No, it's just -2.
Alright.
It's the bullshit though.
Shadow Basil strings up once more.
Are you down?
No, not yet.
Grim, if you want to make attack of
I have
opportunity on
died
Shadow
hard,
Basil.
so
sure
I don't
would.
really.
Hit that thing so hard.
Let
Power
the
attack.
different Shadow? No, not quite.
No,
Take down.
you're 5 foot behind it.
Yeah, you're a square away.
How did I move away? Oh,
He moved up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, if it's like that, then yes.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
You touching these, yeah?
What?
I mean, I centered them in the
Diagonal.
squares, so
Oh, okay.
they weren't centered in their squares.
That's a yes, though, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a 32.
Yep.
Nothing else I can do with 32, but
Power attack. Everybody rolls.
that sucks.
That's 22 damage.
I rolled 18, so I did.
Hits.
Okay, and the cuckoo strikes back at you, Grim, and that definitely hits.
Cuckoo strikes back.
Yep. And
Sure is a cuckoo. Maybe 15.
9 damage, which may or may not do anything. Cool. Arrows
A
let
bit.
fly. Dex save 22.
Dex or reflex?
Sorry, reflex. My bad. Sorry.
Thank you for the shit then.
It's a dex based save, so my bad.
26.
Sick, you save. You only take half damage. And you don't have to make a, you don't take con damage.
24.
I got a 13.
Got 23.
Alright, so Relenta. That's not that one. Where? I can't dice. I'm blind. Okay.
That escalated quickly.
Alright. 28 damage for Relenta. Half that for everyone else.
So I'm dead again.
I'm at
So
4.
So what is it then?
It's 14 for us.
And you take 1 con damage.
Me?
Relenta, yes. To your constable.
Can Iberia yell, "No, sister, we shall prevail"?
So if it says.
Only because I gave you a freebie,
Or-
yes.
Well, your constitution score, is that your plus whatever, or is that just a straight?
It's the score.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Okay.
you
So I'm not quite-
22
Yeah.
to everybody.
You're unconscious.
22.
No, because I have die hard, so
Okay.
I don't.
And you just healed 22.
22.
Yes.
So now I'm back up.
So to activate your band, it is a move action now.
Okay. On the
Sure.
front button.
Alright.
So you're
Was it moving?
disabled.
Was it not a move?
You're disabled, which means you're not going to be able to. You can move or take an action
Yeah.
instead of dying,
Yeah.
which normally when you're negative hit points.
But you're positive again. So.
Yeah, and you auto stabilize.
You're up.
Oh, goodness.
Unless the
Uh,
damage
like-
takes you to
Mhm,
like
yeah.
minus
I
whatever
have
your
to
con
be
is.
minus
I feel like I
18.
should heal
or
more.
worse.
Heal more.
Yeah.
I think I should.
You need some.
Yeah.
You need a cushion.
Does using it count as an attack of opportunity thing?
No, because all you need to do is make a proclamation of love or dedication,
Roll them
It's
d8s.
a move action.
Which is
You
a-
can still attack afterwards.
which is a verbal.
Correct. I said, I love you guys. Don't die.
That is definitely a proclamation.
Okay.
So go ahead and use the second of your 3 per day.
We're trying. We're trying really hard. Not to die.
21. Healed up.
Okay. I mean, I'm doing so much math right now.
Yeah.
21, she said?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so for
So you're
mine,
back. You're no longer disabled.
Yeah.
You can just move freely.
There.
Yes.
You pass these.
Yeah. Mhm. Oh yeah, haste.
I hate people.
You just have that extra attack. Mm.
I think we really need that extra attack right now. So
Mm.
yes.
That +1 to AC. +1
There's
to
a
hit.
+1 dodge bonus to AC, +1 attack, +1. You think so? Explosive?
Probably. And you get an extra attack. And you do full attack. Mm.
I'm sorry, what are we getting? +1 to AC?
+1 to AC, +1 to hit,
Oh, does she?
and you get an extra attack.
So you pop that off for everyone?
Well,
Is it? Is it?
haste is
Cool.
basically one, like, everybody needs to be at least 30 feet apart.
Yeah, and you can designate. It's not like an AoE. You designate your
It's not,
targets.
yeah, it's not like everybody needs to be 30 for me. It's every person.
Oh, chain.
Yeah, chains.
Sick.
Nice.
Well done.
+1 to.
Yeah, +1 to hit, and you get an extra attack at your top attack bonus.
Okay.
So you'll have 4
and you
attacks.
also move
as a
double.
whole.
So, like, if you have a 30 move, then one move is 60 now.
Oh yeah, that's right. It doubles your move speed.
Nice.
All
I think
right.
mine was already done.
Anything else?
It doubles
That's
that.
all.
Cool.
It's always double.
Whose initiative are you using? Aviria's or Aurelia's?
Whoever went first.
Aviria, because Aurelia had a -10.
Yes. I mean, well, we have the same initiative. So we're using.
It's your turn. The plural you. Plural your.
Alright, so
Oh,
as
wait,
always.
when you died, you don't hop into 2 people again?
No.
Oh, shit.
Shut your face.
You didn't really.
She didn't die.
Yeah,
Yet.
they didn't
Ah.
die.
I was just about
Oh,
to
yeah,
say
yeah,
this,
okay.
It's always got
Um,
prevented.
You found it useful.
It's stacked like
Yeah,
in
but they
magic.
also have.
Yeah, and then nothing happens.
No.
For mine, yes.
Okay, no.
Yeah, no, not for you.
Okay, so as always, even Severia, odds Aurelia. So she casts Freezing Sphere, which is on this page. Okay. Alright, Freezing Sphere.
Go ahead and put your sphere wherever you like. Mm-hmm.
Needs to be at this bullshit.
Does it have a spell resist?
Spell resist, yes. Freezing Sphere creates a frigid globe of cold energy that streaks from your fingertips to the location you select, where it explodes into a 40-foot radius burst, dealing 1d6 points cold damage per caster level to each creature in the area. The creature of a water subtype takes 1d8 points of cold damage caster level, blah blah blah, and is staggered for 1d4 rounds.
What's the radius when it explodes?
40. So we're in the air,
Yeah, but that also will
How
hit.
far up are you?
and it'll hit Rolenta.
Unless you put it on top of her head.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, we'll say it's on top of her head.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll to overcome the spell resistance,
I appreciate
Is
those
20.
thoughts.
and I believe you get a bonus on spell stuff when you're doubled up. So let's call your caster level 15.
So d20 plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
25.
Basil can fix it after the combat's over.
So you might imagine.
Did I get a plus 1?
Con damage. You get restoration.
Yeah. I can
No,
fix
that
that
affects
one.
your speed,
Alright,
not your
alright,
cool
alright.
sexiness. All right. So you create it and then it explodes, right? Is that how
Yes.
it works?
I create it, it goes there, and goes boom. And where it explodes deals a
All right.
Yes.
So no, the shards appear to shatter across and not affect it at all.
This sort sucks.
Can I make them the move action now?
Yes.
We cry in unison
Oh, you're gonna hit 2 charges?
that we love and shut in. Yes. The double voice.
You fucking love living!
Double charge.
I'm dedicated to loving life.
I will kill that bastard if he doesn't live. 8. 6 is 14.
I need to see that sweet
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 42.
42 damage. 42 health.
Yeah.
Whatever. 42 damage.
Wow.
Only because, like,
7,
How much hit
lost
points do you
time.
have?
12.
Apparently.
Basil.
So Basil.
I should have tallied
What?
how much damage.
How do
it
I-
is.
Look, I don't even have 100 hit points. Like,
What do you want it to do?
Oh, this one?
I want to
I have a
restoration
180.
people so they get their con scores back.
Good
Myself
job.
included.
for not being
So if I remember
haggis.
correctly, you can have your animal companion deliver touch spells.
Yeah, you can.
So
Yeah.
you can tell, you can basically go, feel better, and Neural can tap whoever you need.
Help them dive
But
bomb
you-
somebody.
But you would also notice that Berlenta's the only one besides you who's taken ability damage,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't seem to affect her quite as much as it did you.
Well, either way, I'm
both
casting it on
have con
myself.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Both got con damage
oh, you did?
from the very beginning.
Well,
Yeah.
she said either way, she's casting it on herself.
Well, I mean, I want to cast it on everybody. But
No, that's cool,
magic.
yeah. And your haste is you get a second one.
Okay.
So that counts as one move. So that counts as one action.
You
tap
did that
yourself,
because you knew
and
I was
that
going to
clears all your
that,
con
right?
damage. So you recover those 26.
It was 21. No.
Yeah, 13 times 2. So
Yeah,
26 damage.
26.
Yay, math. Nope, I know what that is.
I sure as fuck know.
And then you send Neural after.
Who took
I
the most
think
con
she
damage?
did, because you took.
We took 4 con damage each.
Oh yeah.
I did
Each.
3.
Yeah, we took 8.
Yeah.
No, no.
Okay. So,
So you have Neural like hop flat
this
up.
oh no.
Alright.
Chicken. Blat! Just racks into you.
Accept my love, goddammit!
And half of you is laughing so joyously. It recovers all con damage.
One arm.
And you are
open.
re-healed that amount. You have a move if you want. Or in place of the move, I'll give you one attack with the mirror at -10 from your highest
Okay.
to sort of mimic a third attack.
Basil's being that dick with the laser pointer
Yes.
at the
Basically,
concert, just
which-
shining it on the band
Which
members.
shadow person is looking the most terrible?
I take
Actually,
River Relenta.
see here. No, that's
This one here is a
Is it
problem.
Yes.
Actually, no, Shadow Basil's
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
holding
yeah,
it down.
because of course he is. That's
So the Shadow Twin looks the weakest, but not nearly as damaged.
I was like,
Pound
yeah, no
for
one's been
pound.
able to really hit her.
Shadow Grim.
I
Shadow
hit her
Relent
once, but
has been pinged a few times. So yeah, Shadow Grim seems to be at the lowest.
okay. Well, hit him in the face again.
Yeah. Roll the hit. Beast.
Why did I do that?
I rolled an 8.
You hit. Roll 2d10 damage.
Yay!
I'm like, I know the BAB plus the dex is gonna hit the
My touch is 13. Like, you have to fall over yourself not to hit that at this level.
15. 15 damage. No.
Who did it?
It's right underneath you.
I didn't do
Lost
that.
your speed
Come on, who did
privileges.
it?
It wasn't me.
Good job.
Some dude came in here, Dropped my candy and then fucking left.
Slapped it out of your hand.
Like an asshole.
Ow, Jared must have been a good food.
First, second, third.
I was gonna say Shadowcon, but
That guy's an asshole.
we know, right?
Eats all my leftover sandwiches.
36,
Heinous.
31 hits, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one. All right. So he continues his habit of having the first two really nail in there, but
And
the
then the
other
third one.
but that last one just can't seem to get over itself. Let's see here. 30 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, Graham. Come on now. That's almost minimum damage.
I'm shining a light in it.
Right? Yeah. It's that third. It's that third.
Is that
up? Yeah. And then 23 for the second one, because some dick kid in the audience.
Right.
Grim Prover.
All right.
You put the hurt on Grim
Oh, we're
Shadow.
gonna do so much math now.
The Grim
Because
Lord.
everybody's around me.
Prepare for the math.
Everybody's around me. All right. And I unleash a series of swing on Shadow Grim. Everything power attack. There's a 34.
Hit.
At 20.
Roll confirm.
And that is a 34, 32 to confirm.
Confirm.
Yeah. That is a 27.
Hit.
And the haste attack. 34 again.
Roll damage.
Alright. 3 hit. Plus a crit.
Yeah.
3 hit plus a crit.
I got all them D12s.
Take him down.
Math project.
Actually, all right. So we could finish up tonight, but it is past 11 already. Do we want to call it, or do we want to go for a little bit longer and then wait 2 weeks for the conclusion?
Why don't we come next week?
Dresden.
This was the second week of Pathfinder.
Right. Because
I feel like it's really hard to finish combat with a gap like that. I'm having to do it for my game. I didn't even finish the combat I did today.
So
It sucks.
As 100 damage.
as 100 damage
For
4 attacks.
4 attacks.
I spelled it.
All right, cool.
And then I want to keep going because they're all dumbasses and swarmed around me. So
Are
I'm
you
gonna
cleaving?
I'm gonna
You couldn't
cleave
cleave
Shadow
the
Basil
fuck out of
and I'm
this
gonna
thing.
cleave Shadow Relent as I hit.
All right.
Does this go down?
All right, so I'm going to deprive you of all your amazing swings with story. The battle rages, swinging back and forth as dire choices are made. Because the course of this fight has become obvious that it is definitely a challenge, but not enough that you couldn't prevail.
Thanks, Tony.
Oh no, I'm very proud.
Evil out.
So, as each of the shadow creatures fall, the crystal around Ingo shimmers and shatters, and upon the last creature dissipating into gross dust, the wall falls, and Ingo falls unconscious, making a sickening thud
Take his head.
as he hits
I
the flower patch.
full sprint.
Man, I'm like racing him.
Yeah, everyone wants a piece of him.
Yeah.
He is incredibly, undoubtedly, very dead, Shia LaBeouf. And
Alright.
I still stab him.
as
gotta
you,
make sure double tap.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, my trade looks like a fork, kind of.
So combat finishes. You're at whatever your current levels are. And you take Ingo's head and arm and leg and scalp and etc. and you divvy him up.
Did you have
His
loot?
bones can make it.
Did you have
No,
loot? Oh, damn it.
no, he did not. He had some
Using
very
magic shadow
he
loot?
had very disgusting, foppish,
Oh, wait, I
overpriced
know.
clothes.
I do one thing. I shave his mustache off and then he's dead.
Nice.
Deface!
Just half.
Grim,
He has the weakest lip.
half.
It is so sad.
Grim just looks up down the side. Now it's done.
It's a bridge too far.
That's the full disrespect.
Yep.
As you come back out of the courtyard, you see, or as you come back out into the courtyard, you see Link and Zelda facing the crushed gate.
I don't have to break out of this until I feel like it, so I'm just gonna say that. The rest of the movie.
Yeah, just keep it up.
Link's right
Just keep
arm
healing
is
yourself.
limp at his side, and he holds the Bigoron sword over his shoulder.
So now it's Cloud.
Sorry.
The right arm obviously isn't working, so he's making do. Zelda is covered in blood, just dripping with it. The
Wow, she's
white
like Carrie.
the white accents are brown with the crusted DNA, and she sort of like is almost being supported by Link as they walk, as they stand there, and at the gate, you see a mishmash hodgepodge of guard, with Dak at the head, all of them battered and torn and obviously seen action. And they look over at you, and they're like, "You good?"
Yeah, for the most
This is
part.
Been a bit better, but we'll live.
He points at himself. He points over at Link and Zelda, and he points at you guys. Oh no, yeah, because he told you it was Ingo. He's like, "We're good. They're good. We're all good." And he turns around and he goes, "Sergeant, redistribute the men. Get cleanup crews from the town." And,
I'm the fairy.
and some young, you're like, "He wasn't a sergeant yesterday." He's all like, his voice, obviously everyone is moving where they can.
How's the town? Do we know?
Secure. They didn't hit the town. That was why we came back once we knew the temple was secure.
Temple is safe.
Oh yeah, they didn't touch it.
Grim actually takes a seat. Once he hears that.
And Link is fairy.
Yeah. What, aren't you carrying it?
Link looks up and goes, "Huh?"
Comes the big booming double voice of the giant monster.
Right.
You.
Both him,
We're
he like tenses visibly at the double, and Zelda's like,
I wasn't allowed to carry it, so someone else has it.
Okay.
Wait, is it me?
It
No.
was one of you
Well,
two.
now it's me, because I just
Yeah, we'll
opened
just,
it.
it's me like that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Navi flies up and shoots over to Link, and like Link's arm like heals up as he just drops his sword and holds Navi, and he's like,
Speechless.
That's right. That never happens.
Hello.
That never happens.
and Zelda's like crying, like the tears are streaking through the blood and the dust. And he sort of like stutters over to you guys. And let's see, that's Grim at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Grim's like sitting on the ground.
Yeah,
like,
Grim,
straight up.
Grim is on the ground, took out his helmet, like he's
Well, I feel
bleeding
like that was probably
pretty
still
much
just
from
sitting on the
everywhere.
roof where he was before. I don't think he
You
got
didn't
down
come out?
yet. Like,
You know, like if we had continued the battle, I would have done it in large person. Wonder if I'm still large.
So he puts Navi on his shoulder and then grabs as many of you as possible in a hug.
I don't want to miss the blood.
Whole leg. Yes.
Well, because
I
Neural
think-
is down there,
I
so I'm like,
I envisioned that you came out to the
I
main
assumed.
marshalling area,
Yeah.
yeah.
unless you wished to just stay there forever.
Well, I thought it was just a wall that I was sitting like on top of.
You were, and then after combat
Yeah, give
ended,
me a minute.
you guys came out
Oh, out.
into the main.
we're
into the main
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're
I went
past
the
the
wrong
gate.
way.
yeah, and so that's why
Oh,
you
okay.
saw. That's why you were the third. You were the meeting of the three armies
Okay.
out
Yeah.
at the main gate.
Okay.
And so like Link's just bringing it in, and Zelda's got the other side too, because there's all kinds of love.
All these little creatures.
Right.
Is
uh,
combat over?
yes.
Okay, then I split.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to save it. Don't give it up until you know.
Right. It's here.
Really a perception check. But you don't need a perception check for all of you to notice that all of the sages seem to materialize around you.
19.
You notice a deckhand around your waist.
Oh.
You notice a deckhand over your shoulder.
Okay.
So you didn't die?
No. Don't.
They're
actively.
Alright.
And as soon as that's heard, like Link's like, oh. And sort of everyone sort of. But as you do, the sages like Link heal, like connect heal. Everyone's revitalized, back to full health. Some of the like fires seem to wink out, and
Not sick anymore.
Zelda looks over at you all and says, "You will all be granted titles. You have served Hyrule and the world at large today."
Wait, do we get to choose the titles? Can it be like the most awesome Zora?
You feel
Your
a
ruler
Zora,
in
you
all-
feel a Zora
all
hand
lands.
on your shoulder,
Oh, what?
and it's Rudo, and she's like,
Hey.
"You already got that title back in our place."
That's not how that all works.
Oh. Okay.
We'll talk to the king and get you a cool title.
Yes.
And Zelda's like, "Yes."
What about the Desert King? What of him?
Link goes, "Ha!"
Did you stab him in the face? Because that's what I recommend.
And Zelda says, Gerudo,
People? Witches?
it's called, what's the land called? Is it called?
Gerudo Valley.
It's Gerudo Valley,
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, as of 10 minutes ago, Gerudo Valley is now a full protectorate of Hyrule Kingdom. So once our forces are reassembled, a full contingent will be stationed there to help with the transition of political power. And Link just looks and is just like,
Well,
and Dak's like, "Oh, I might get stationed out there."
Hope so.
how about His Majesty?
All those ladies.
Brown.
And so
Elbow.
he's like, "See, I'm not trying to get hurt. It just happens."
You promised me potency.
Zelda goes, "Father, His Highness is safe and well."
Well,
Good.
it took
Good to know.
a few decades, but it looks like this plan of unification are finally going to come to fruition. Might be time to hang the sword and armor for good soon.
What? Why would you ever do that? To take care of his family.
Zelda, she's like,
Because fighting is a lot of work.
The best kind of work. I should take your job.
Wow.
Wait, no, they probably need me back home though.
so in the cutscene, while the credits roll, where does Basil end up?
I feel like he goes. I mean, he wants to go back to his ranch, but he makes a pit stop over at the Creeper Village.
Chicken ranch.
Whatever.
Where the sex happens.
Honey Ranch.
No, the chicken ranch is the best little whorehouse in
Oh,
Texas.
that's right. I forgot.
Where the sex
Perfect.
happens.
So I feel like there is a
'Cause he's
very,
got several. He's got so many like gyms and shit now. He's like, hey, lady.
so I feel like there's a very
Let me pay your
a very
dowry.
aggressive young woman who makes a mean fucking scramble. Who now lives on Basil's.
You just see her standing in the door, like mixing something with Basil, be like, ah! Chickens running behind her. He's like, you're doing great, honey.
What if she makes you that volcano once in a while for old time's
Oh,
sake?
Oh, hell yeah. No, that's
Now
exactly
she's
that's
volcano.
it's Basil with Earl sort of like clapping at the back, and she's like, "What's Grim doing?"
Grim always talks about retirement, but I don't think Grim can fully give up.
So it's him yelling at new recruits.
Well, he has to
Yeah.
train all these fucking kids.
Basically, there's a lot of new officers that need to be whipped into shape.
there's
So
these weirdos from Gerudo Valley, and so it's all like, oh well, because we're women, we're treated differently, and it's like, no, it's because you're insubordinate shit. This is why you're treated differently.
that's right. But I feel Grim works less away from Castle Town at this point, except for excursions to the desert or, to visit people he cares about. Otherwise, he stays at home base and goes to drink and make armor a lot more.
Where does Relenta end up with her new title as such and such badass Zora of Lake Hylia, something or other?
I mean,
If you want Lake Hylia, you can have the river. You can have the falls that drop from Gerudo
No,
Valley.
Lake is cool.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we did all the time. I feel like Belinda would want to do things that would still let her fight. Because that's what she loves doing. She probably plays this guy once in a
Join the
while.
guard.
Well, as a member of the Woodrunners, you actually could continue to serve there.
Yeah.
Definitely, the Termina Theater Troupe comes back through again. Some diplomats and some traders run through every so often. There's always those ridiculous creatures that seem to reappear in the woods there.
Like basically one was like, I retire when I'm dead.
There's insurgents in Gerudo Valley that you assist with. So much sand, but so much fighting.
Yeah, I'm okay with the ladies too. It's fine.
And where do Aurelia and Averia end up?
I don't know. We want to go back to our carpet, but now I've got this guy.
Yeah. Or he doesn't run funny,
No, he doesn't
so
run
he'll
funny.
do
He
well
runs
in the
really nice.
desert.
Well, he was apparently going to be stationed out there, so.
For some unimaginable
We'll
reason,
make sure.
he's the liaison as a woodrunner to the new Gerudo battalion,
What a weird coincidence.
and so he's a special operative. Works with the quartermaster out there, and so whenever they need to requisition something from the civilians, he's out there at that carpet. So he's out there at that carpet a lot.
I bet he's out there for a lot.
Yeah.
I bet he likes
I
carpet.
mean, the other name for the other
I mean,
name
so
for
do I.
Spec Ops is Wet Works, so you know.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh my. I probably talk around with everybody though. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And just to annoy you, just to annoy Rulia, Viria and him are helping train different operatives from the Gerudos as well, integrating them into the kingdom as a whole. Yeah, because he's working with these ladies a lot. And he doesn't, for some reason, he seems to do all of his hand-to-hand combat training when you're in town.
Of course.
So he's wrestling around with these other ladies all oiled up and slick, shirtless. Like he's shirtless.
Right, I'm just gonna tie my shoes.
And everyone's like short of breath, it's hot, and you know.
When I lose my temper and freeze everybody and drag them out.
It's happened.
A few times.
It's happened. It's sort of a
All
running
right, you're
gag with some of
finished.
the ladies. Yeah.
Let's take you home and pawn you.
And the next gathering that year is one of the most joyous any can remember.
Yeah, camp at the beer tent.
I find the biggest pool of water and I lie in it.
Good job.
It was probably put there by an Hyrule.
We did it, guys.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time.
And I hope you come back and watch these so you see how we ended.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Too bad Jack doesn't have a twin.
Well, he's got apparently a couple doppelgangers.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah, who knows if we were to venture to Terminator. What happens?
Basil's very intimidated by
Look at
his
the doppelganger,
doppelganger.
Jack.
Doppelganger Jack.
And Dak had a brother, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
like I said, well, that's what I meant by the doppelganger.
No,
We didn't confirm whether they were actually related, just that they looked alike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
All right, guys. John, will you be prepped enough for 7C in 3
That's right.
weeks?
Next week, Dresden. In 3 weeks, 7C.
I'm so excited.
I gotta send you my stuff. I always say I'm
The
going
setting,
to. and
the
then I
setting is
forget.
ready.
The setting is set.
It is set. I have a bunch of shit on the Google Drive.
Does
At this
anyone
point,
want to
There's
see
one
the
document.
fucked up shadow version of your party?
Sure.
Shadow Friend. Shadow Me. Shadow Twin.
They were close. The AC was just
And
one
then
off
You.
from each other. Oh, we had SR though. That son of a bitch. I wish I had SR.
Shadow of Iria came to me.
Dimension door.
I wrote Shadow of Iria, yeah. But no one was being dishonorable directly to him, so he had no need to.
I mean, I pretty much saw that and was like, okay, that's about combat that's right there.
My quick calculation. Rim took about 200 points a day.
Yep.
So
Which definitely would have.
without the healing. I mean, he had 181.
So between the two of us, we
Box
dropped down to negative
Dimension
3,
door. Actually, what that's supposed to do?
which means we lost 205 points of life.
Right.
And then we healed up, then went back to -5, and then healed up again and got back to 30. So we probably lost 250 points of life.
250 between the two of you.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
got down to
significant.
-12. Because I have the die hard.
That hard is great. I had I built. It was like a crazy tank. I built as a barbarian. Iron Hole, which lets you. It's a specialization barbarian lets you wear heavy armor. He was a half orc, So it had all of those. I could act like freely when I was like below. Like this thing was just
Yeah, that thing was like
impossible
a
to kill.
monster. So weird. She's done.
I know, right?
That's cool.
But yeah, so I'm gonna.
Fairly fun character.
There's one last document. I have a couple notes to put on there, but I've worked on a document that the setting is out of the box. We're gonna start in San Felipe, which is gonna be the main base of operation for this game.
Ooh,
Port down in southern Castile that's continually teetering on the verge of independence. So lots of opportunity for people trying to strike their own fortune, regardless of the way you want to go. So I made a document about some of the prominent groups that are going to appear in that. That's on the Google Drive, and some of the major characters, which when you read those, if you'd like to build links to some of these characters, you're going to be free to do that as well.
I never know what this is for. It's insane.
I get a lot of Mandarin,
Yeah,
Yeah,
spam
drunk out loud.
calls.
yeah,
me
like
too.
constantly on both of my phones, like my work phone and my personal phone. I don't know why. I don't know what it means.
You just
But yes,
click
so we're all
on
good to
one
go.
thing.
We're going to be starting 3 weeks. Kick off with a new game.
Look at my character sheet again and make sure
I know, I have
can
to like.
And you can adjust stuff. Nothing is set in stone. If you'd like to.
I'm terrible at actually doing
I feel like I
that.
filled out everything, but I'm not entirely sure how to do the magic properly.
Okay,
Because she definitely has magic.
hit me up. We'll look at that. And we'll figure this piece out. What yours is
Are we
basically taking lessons.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Say goodnight, Internet.
Night.